Welcome to the most positive, uplifting, loving part of the internet. This morning I went on my YouTube channel and I saw that one of my videos with my sister went viral and I received 100 new subscribers overnight, which I'm very grateful for because in the beginning of my YouTube journey I've been trying to grow my channel so much, and I feel like I was putting in so much effort to create really amazing content, meditations, transmissions. We were doing like daily vlogs with our life in Dubai. We were just having fun and clowning around, and I feel like in that period of time also life was very hard and challenging, so this was reflected in the how can I say, it was reflected on the outside in the fact that actually nobody was very interested. I mean, I'm exaggerating right now because I still have views and interactions and people are commenting, but I don't feel like it was the full potential of what I could experience. And I needed to take a break from the internet, and life rearranged itself in a very uplifting, incredible, amazing way. And I am sure that is because I took all of that life force energy that I was putting out and I put it back in my body. I took care of myself. I loved myself more. I had to cut contact with all the people from the internet from my past, and I really had to sit with myself in my energy and gather back all of that power that I was leaking on the outside. And then all of a sudden I went through this amazing transformation, and I don't think I have time to explain you everything that I've been through in one video. I'm going to do multiple videos with different topics that are going to be so fucking juicy. You're gonna absolutely love them. And it's mainly about two subjects that are so controversial, and that is love and dating and money. And these are two of my favorite subjects, so everything I've been through is very controversial, and I'm even feeling into like, should I share about this on the internet because it's gonna stay there forever? And when I'm sharing the true parts of me, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be misinterpreted or misunderstood, so I really need to be careful with what I'm speaking when I'm coming online. Dates and peanut butter. So for this video I thought that I will do something different, and I want to do my makeup while I'm talking to you, and I want to share with you some of the most revolutionary ways of being I've been implementing in my daily life. And I want you to take away all of these tips, understanding that if you apply these in your life, you're going to make your daily mundane life much more magical. Tip number one: when I'm applying makeup or cream on my skin, I like to feel as if I'm like infusing it with light. And when I'm applying it on my skin, I just imagine as if like this cream is so magical and healing, and it's making my skin much more radiant and tight. And when I'm doing this, I'm also saying affirmations of like, I am the power, I am the radiance, I am the beauty. And I'm truly focusing all of my attention on my skin, and I feel as if everything that I'm putting on it is healing it and it's recharging it. And this is amazing, especially for the women who have problems with their skin because of their hormones, and I'm one of them. I feel like I tried everything throughout my life, and I had an even worse skin before, but this always appears around the luteal phase and it kind of stays for 10 days, and I have some little pimples and bumps here and here, and it seems like no matter what I do, I cannot get rid of them during my luteal phase. But then the moment my menstruation comes, all of a sudden overnight these are all gone. And sometimes I'm keeping them in check by doing something very audacious that I don't know if you're ready to hear. But this is the only thing that ever worked for me, and I can see that like it's doing miracles every single day, and that is applying my own pee on my skin. And if you don't know, there's a whole book and a whole library of resources around urine therapy, and basically it has a lot of minerals and healing properties that if you put on your skin is going to absorb, and it's going to make it like much more lighter and tight and all the juicy things. And I really use good skincare, and I feel like during my luteal phase nothing is ever working, and I know that it's like a biochemistry thing. And last night I was tuning into it and I was talking to it, and I was like, you're beautiful, you're radiant, I love you anyway. And I feel how these pimples come as an expression of my own shadows that I am purging during the luteal phase. So in the end, I don't even think that it's about necessarily healing that part of your skin, but about giving it love and acceptance, and then eventually it will simply fade away. So don't put pressure on yourself. I feel like the internet is just a very illusory space, and I've seen that in my break in the last months. Like, I took such a big break that I'm so proud of. It's like probably 2 months. And then when I came back on Instagram and I was going on explore page, I could feel how all of these influencers stage everything. I could feel how the villa is staged, the car is rented, the shopping is not real. And I used to be a sucker for this kind of like rich influencers that show their luxurious life, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be there one day. And I was giving my power so much away to these things on the outside, and I was pressuring myself to get there, and I was struggling, and I was like, when will I get there? Until I took a break from the internet. I took my power away. I came back and I was like, I'm actually annoyed with the content that I used to love, because I know that that is an illusion. Everything that they are portraying, it's maybe only 1% true. Because even if you will have everything that you ever desire, all the bags, all the cars, or the houses, the perfect boyfriend, or everything, you're still suffering. Like, life is still happening. It's not like everything is perfect. So I accepted my own suffering. I accepted my current level of living, even though it's not the way that I want to live right now. I know that I can do better, but in this kind of like very deep acceptance, I went inside of my body and I discovered new resources. I discovered like an energetic treasure chest that is full of abundance, that is full of abilities, that is full of solutions, that is full of richness, and it's so fucking rich, so much more richer than a Birkin bag or a house or whatever is like out there on your wish list. And I feel like now my daily work is to actually cultivate that feeling of richness every single day. Now I'm going to combine 2 foundations, let's say, because I have one from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't even care about the brands. Why should I even promote the brand? That I don't really like the texture of it. Like, I'm like, how do you even sell this product? It's kind of shit. And then I'm combining it with a CC cream that doesn't cover so much. And usually I wouldn't care about high coverage, but I have a networking meeting after this. And yeah, let's look like we have our shit together. Okay. Tip number 2. Yeah. How to make your life much more magical in every single day. Just live in the present moment, literally as much as you can. This is also my daily work right now, is to be present in my body, to breathe deep into my belly, because in my spiritual practices and my tools and techniques, the belly and the abdomen is a space of power. So the more that I bring my attention into the belly, I breathe in deep, and I exhale out of the belly, the more that I anchor myself in that space of power. So then my mind doesn't have the power to go on the outside, to be distracted, to look at details, to be taken away by things that don't matter. No, I'm not feeding into that energy anymore. Because remember, we said that the outer reality is an illusion, it's just a projection of what you feel on the inside. So why not stay anchored in power and presence and choose that to be your challenge, your currency? You know, presence is currency, and you will fully understand this only when you will practice it. I used to work with people at a very, very, very high level, and I trained with amazing doctors. I learned from the best. I invested so much money into my education, into just knowing about everything, learning so much about the body, biology, how the subconscious mind works, psychology, EFT tapping, energy healing, hypnosis, reprogramming, whatever, everything. If you ask me about any subject in this world, I will know how to answer to your question. Anyway, I learned from these very high level people that the true richness and the most high reality that you can ever experience comes from being present in your body. Because the past and the future is just a projection of our mind, right? And if we're present in the body, then we can also influence the past and the future. So if you want to have amazing outcomes, your job is to not visualize or manifest. I mean, unless you want like a specific thing, you can play with that. But your job is to actually stay present. That is your only manifestation trick. And I feel like every day it's so exciting. It's so different. So many opportunities come to me in an instant because I'm just staying present. Because again, I'm not leaking energy. I'm not leaking resources on the outside. But I'm actually leaving them inside of my body. Like I'm allowing them to anchor and to be there with me, to be in the present moment. So I would love to share some of the amazing opportunities that I received only in the last week. And I'm gonna go now a little bit into my private dating life. And these kind of things appear to me that are kind of like unique, you know, like I received these kind of things before, but maybe not to this degree. So one guy invited me for 5 days to go with him in China, and I never met this guy. We were just texting for a little bit. And I almost said yes, but I had some terms and conditions. And when I expressed my desires, as one woman should, don't sell yourself short, honey. He said no. He said, are you serious? He was a bit rude about it. So I felt that it's a bit dangerous for me to go with someone that I don't know in a foreign country. And that person was already a little bit rude with me on the phone. So I said thank you, but no. In another timeline, I should have been in China probably now. Then another guy offered me to live with him on the first date. And I said thank you, but that's not what I envisioned for myself. Even though you're nice and you're cute and I like you, I don't feel like that's for me, but thank you. Then I also made some big abundance happen. It's time for me to go into my last 6 months biggest subject. So shortly, I kind of arrived on zero. And I tried everything, and I had to come out with new ways of being resourceful. And I knew that love is the highest force in the universe, so I continued to stay in love, to apply love, to give love, and to just trust love. And this taught me a lot of things. It taught me a lot of things about receiving. It showed me that I can receive so easily, because my old paradigm before arriving on zero was I need to work hard to get resources, to receive something. I need to prove myself. Now it's not even, now it's not only about money, but about, you know, abundance in general, this kind of opportunities that I told you. I thought that I need to perform, to give so much, to try to prove, to show. And if you'd go on my last Instagram page that I deleted, by the way, you would probably feel this kind of like very subtle energy of like, see me, I'm performing. I'm posting what I think that people should be receiving, not what is in my pleasure, what's in my manifestor energy. So I felt like that version of me had to die, and that's why I feel like life initiated me in this kind of like 0 point of consciousness, arriving on zero and just seeing how I can make things happen, like from one day to another, to just make big sums of money happen. And it's happening through love, it's happening through my body, through my pleasure, through my presence. And this is also something that I teach now in my new mentorship containers. And if you're interested, you can check the link down below and you can find out how you can work with me. Because if you find yourself in all of these lessons, and if you find yourself in everything that I'm talking about, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going through the same things, then this is your sign to work together, because I can take you there, wherever you want to be, in like one session. Imagine in a mentorship container, if we meet for 3 or 6 months or 1 year, how potent that would be. It's like 10 times life accelerated compared to what you would do on your own. So what I did this week, I really applied love, and I felt in the field that my father has to give me a sum of money. And I was feeling into it like, how could I receive this from him? And my higher self said, just show him more love. And mind you, disclaimer, I did not do this with an agenda. I even forgot that I received this download. And maybe you are asking right now, like, what does it mean to feel in the field? How did it come to you? What is this? Well, if you're new to this kind of concepts, it means that when I wake up, I tune into the field, I feel into my life. Like, the field is this energy that is all around us, that is connecting us, the field of consciousness, of energy. So I felt this download of information. I felt this energy from my father coming, like he needs to give me more money. And then I opened to it and I asked my intuition, how can I do this? And my intuition again told me, show him more love. So naturally, I was like, how can I show him? I felt like I should tell him more about my daily life, because we used to talk only 1 time per week on the phone, and that is like 10 minutes on a video call every Sunday. And he's a Scorpio man. He doesn't know how to ask questions. He's not so like interested in my personal life. He's just so suppressed, but I love him because he's my father. So we have just like a very surface level relationship, and I try to go deep with him many times before, and it's a very tricky territory. So I started sending him pictures every day and to tell him about my life. And then one night I dreamt of him, that I went back to my country, to Romania, and we were having a croissant together. We were having a nice time, and it felt like in my dream I healed my relationship with him on an even deeper level. And it felt like I'm finally receiving this kind of like very deep, supportive, masculine energy that I want to feel from him, that I never felt from him. That is the energy that I'm also cultivating to feel with my partner, with the one that I feel for myself. Because I know how it feels like, and I'm cultivating that every single day. So I'm like tricking my brain into thinking that he's already here and that I already have everything, that I'm already with him. So then the reality keeps on giving me those signals and keeps on confirming that. And this happened through my father. Then a few days after, I showed him more love, or how some other people would say, love bombing. I didn't love bomb him, but I did. One afternoon, I see a notification of receiving a big sum of money from my father. And I was like, fuck yes, it worked. And in that day, also like another miracle happened for my sister. And this happened a few days ago. And I was like, yes, we're finally receiving in a day as much as we would make in a month a few months back. So life is pretty amazing when you are present, because all of these opportunities that are all around, they are swirling. Think about your body, your physical body, and this around you is your energy field, like an aura. And all around you in this invisible field of consciousness, there's always opportunities, abundance, things that want to come inside of you. They want to be felt, they want to be received, and they want to be manifested in the outer reality. So think about your desire for more freedom, for more support, for more richness, for more health, for more beauty. And think about feeling to those kind of like opportunities that could actually give you those feelings. And I want you to feel them in your body and to stay present and to feel like you actually receive them. Because this is the trick. You cannot let yourself be distracted by thoughts, by experiences, by outer events, because you're kind of like wasting your energy, and you're losing that kind of like thread of light that wants to come through and give you those miracles. I hope it makes sense. I know it's a mystical concept, but everything is quantum physics and science. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I hope I'm doing something right. So this is the kind of like most magical trick that I've been playing with lately. Also, another thing is that I used to work out very hard, and I thought that that's the way for me, but I was actually creating a lot of inflammation in my body. So I realized that. I finally listened to my higher self and my body that told me, you need to be very gentle. Just a little walk and a little yoga is enough for you every day to have the body of your dreams. I love my body anyway. Like, I've been through a lot with my body. I was anorexic. I was going hard to the gym. Then I gained a bit of weight. Blah, 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 blah. So it's a constant work with my body. So in the end, I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen, even though it was very hard for me to accept that I can get the body of my dreams by simply doing nothing. And this was a reflection of my beliefs in my subconscious mind. I thought that I need to work out so hard to struggle, because I thought that life is hard and I need to work hard and I need to struggle and I need to prove myself. And once I let go of that working out hard and I went into a very gentle way, life revealed itself to be so easy, to be so instant, so loving, so miraculous. And then a few days ago, I felt like, oh, I have some energy that I can spare and I can build my muscles again. But I didn't need it. I was very toned. I was in a very good space. Like I was like in the best shape. But I don't know, I just felt like I want to do kind of like a harder Pilates workout, which was not even so hard compared to what I used to do in the past. But I fucked up my body in one day. Just like that. So now I am 2 days after, and I created a lot of inflammation in my body. Like from one day to another I can be very toned, and from one day to another I can be very inflamed. And I can see how this inflammation is a reflection of all the shadows that I'm purging and that are coming out to the surface. And I'm accepting myself, I'm loving myself through the process, because the hardest job is to not blame myself, because I know very well what I need to eat. I know very well how to work out or to not work out, but I still went out of my blueprint. I was like, let me be wild and experiment for a little bit. And I've seen how I was in the past. For one day, I was presented with this old version of me that was limited, that was constricted, that was always inflamed, that didn't feel so good and sexy in her body. This version of me that was dysregulated, that was angry, that was like in shadows, that was like, the world doesn't love me, the world doesn't want me. And I saw that it's because I was working hard. I was working out hard. So now I understood that I don't need that in my life. And the job was to actually accept myself, move slow with my body, and to understand that also we're going through a very powerful astrological time, the Lion's Gate, and always a very big purge has to happen Like very big pain has to happen in the body before we receive very big miracle, because this is also one of the magical secret tricks that I know from the gene keys, from the system of information that I'm working with. My specialty is reprogramming the DNA. So I understood that in this kind of like reprogramming process, we need to go through a lot of body pain and shadows to get to these like higher states of enlightenment, like bliss, ecstasy, pleasure, love, unity. I understood that the shadows, the pain, the suffering, the limitation are all there to be felt in the body, to be accepted, to be loved, just as they come, because they are temporary and they are the ground for your ascension. And this is my philosophy in my work. This is what I'm teaching other leaders and entrepreneurs, how to work with their weaknesses, with their limitations, and how to transform them into power, so then they can have a greater performance that is much more aligned with their natural body rhythm, not with what the society is telling them. So I am basically teaching you how to align with your own blueprint of life and success. And I don't even want to call it success, because everything is success. Nothing is a failure. This is just something in the human mind that is very limiting. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, because I lost myself along the way. Okay, I'm almost done with my makeup, but I want you to see how it looks like. Is it like presentable? I did this without a mirror. Let me look into my iPhone 7. I'm joking. Oh, okay. I'm joking when I'm taking pictures with my phone. It's an iPhone 12, I think. And I'm joking that it's an iPhone 7 because it's so old, but I don't care. I don't care. It does the work. It doesn't take great pictures, honestly. Tubuhu, TBH, or how do kids say these days? But I have this beautiful Osmo camera, which I'm very grateful for. And that works perfectly. And I don't need a new phone. Or if someone wants to buy me a phone, if you want to gift me a gift with no reason, I'm open to receive your offering of love. And I'm open to receive a new phone. Do you want me to tell you more of what's on my wish list? A dog. Insert a picture here of the dog that I want. I saw him in my favorite cafe the other morning, and I played with him, and he was so cute. And he was so, like, such a good boy. Or good girl, whatever. And he didn't even bark. He was like coming to receive love. He was so sweet. And then when I left, he was next to the owner, and I looked at the dog and I was like, bye, I will miss you. And the owner was like, what the actual, what is she talking about? Yes, I developed a love affair with the dog in just 5 minutes. That's on my wish list as well. What else is on my wish list? Obviously, I have a lot of like clothes wishes. Oh, I want to get my hair done, blonde. That is happening in these days. And you will love me so much more when I will be blonde. Insert a picture here of me with the blonde hair. I look like a Victoria's Secret model. Like when I used to live in California, I was living there for 4 months. I was blonde. Everyone was obsessed with me. Everyone. And mind you, at the time I was still a virgin, or maybe like I just lost my virginity. I was very pure. I was not drinking alcohol. Very, very pure. I was not interested in men and dating and love at all. I was just interested in clothes and makeup and just traveling and living my best life. I did horrible lining of my lips. Let's see how it turns out. I can take a selfie and then I will insert it on the video, and you tell me if I did a good job. And you also let me know what's one of your favorite tricks that I shared here with you. Let's see. Now, I don't want to be like one of those girls that is like doing very big lips, because I'm not like that. But anyway, who loves me, who feels me, will understand my very pure intentions. Oh hell yeah. Okay. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any insights, reflections, any words of love and encouragement, those are all received. If you want to see a specific subject or something juicy that you want me to talk about, anything, let me know and I will provide that for you, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. And you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post a lot of my work, and you can just receive daily codes and transmissions and activations, because everything that I'm sharing, it's honestly for the service of you and the collective, and I just want to give from my own heart, so please receive it.